Hello and welcome to Wyckoff Training Academy. It's been a long time since um, I planned for this indicator to be introduced on Friday, but due to some technical issues, I could not do so. So today I'm releasing this indicators, and uh, the new most of my students are waiting for the update. So one second, let me adjust my pen. Okay. So we have multiple indicators which are going to be introduced. The important one is volume oscillator and price oscillator, version 200 and version 201. I'll explain this in a smaller, like in a shorter way. Red stands for supply, selling, and green stands for buying when it comes to price oscillator. And volume oscillator, when it comes to volume oscillator, green stands for there is active participation of volume, and red stands for there is not active participation from volume, or volume is not in as indicative, or um, uh, you can say a low volume or less volume zone can be defined if there is a red color oscillator. So whenever there is a green oscillator, that means this particular price action is going to go in that particular direction, whether it is upwards or whether it is downwards. To help with this one, we have this price oscillator. So if this is red and this is green, that means price is going to go downwards. So since morning means since the opening of 13th Jan, you can see we have price was coming down, price came upwards, downwards, upwards, downwards, and upwards and downwards, and then upwards and downwards. I like the price green stands for there is upward movement, and red stands for there would be a downward movement. And it should go in sync with this one. If this both syncs together, either it is an upward movement or either it is a downward movement, it would give us excellent direction and excellent price progression in either ways, either upwards or either downwards. And this works on 6, 10, 15, 30. This is the last limit. And if you want to have for 1 hour and for 1 hour till month, that is a different thing, because this I made it for intraday purpose. So like my preferred time frame which I trade on is 5 minute, 10 or 15. 10 or 15. So this is how you have to trade based on this two indicators. Like for example, you can see the price, the volume oscillator is green here over here, and price started penetrating downwards, and it is price oscillator is giving us the red oscillator. That means price is going downwards, and here price is going upwards. Or volume is in favor of particular direction. Either in this particular case it was downwards, so that means volume is actively participating in a volume, or steam is in favor of particular direction. These are the two indicators which I have. These are the tools which you can have in your arsenal for trading, for identifying the most tradable situations, either upwards or downwards. So now after this one, I have 2002 version, 202 version, price volume dynamic. This was something like I made two different tools. One is price volume zone and price volume trend, as well as it will give you the levels, this key zone. So it will give you major key zones wherein Either, like for example, many people trade demand and supply or smart money concept with this notion that there would be a drop or like downtrend, then there would be a base formation, then continuation of downtrend. Same goes with up move, then a sideways movement, then up move, and then sideways movement, then up move. So this is how normally people trade. But I have changed. But my based on my experience, I have pinpointed the key areas or key zones wherein price has high probability of turning back and then continuing downwards. If we are not going upward, that means we are definitely going to go downwards. And this is what the target is, and it is almost approximately almost achieved. This is the XAUUSD on 5 minute time frame. So this is the live chart. So it has two things to offer. It will offer multiple confirmations with the trend. Second thing, it will give you zones. And I have added a support resistance feature into it. If you want, you can use it, but I think that is not required because we already, most of the traders already having a 196 version. So it syncs very well with 9196 version. So that if we are wanting to trade a pullback, like for example, if I want to trade a pullback, I want to see trend getting converted into red, and I want this one to be red, and I want this one to be green. So volume should be green, and price oscillator should be red. And if I see a pullback over here, I can definitely go for a short opportunity. This would give me a high risk to reward ratio trade, because the main objective of this particular, like I have got a request from many students that we want high risk to reward trades. So if I say this is my entry level, I'm into like 1:1.9. Once again, this would be my one of like 1:3.39. So I'll make different videos on for different indicators. I'm making a shorter video for making people understand about this one. And after this one, you can have what we have is 198 version. 198 version is completely different and completely versatile in nature. Like for example, we have got the same zones over here, but with the same zone, we have liquidity hunt areas. Fuchsia, pink, and this one are liquidity hunts. After getting liquidity hunt, price would move either upwards or either price would go downwards. So now normally what used to happen in previous trading, what I have seen over the period of time, if we are drawing this support and resistance, we consider this to be a liquidity hunt or liquidity hunt. So after this liquidity hunt, how much point does the market will go? Either upwards or downwards? We don't know. So that's the reason it has changed over a period of time. Now, the liquidity phenomena is same. Liquidity means when price is, it is nothing but stop loss hunt, wherein if I'm buying here, for example, my stop loss would be here, here, or here, anyways. Or either if I'm selling over here, my stop loss would be here or above this one. So it depends upon different traders. They have different, or there are certain traders who don't place the stop loss at all. So it is just stop loss hunt. So it gives you, if you are applying liquidity hunt with this one, it will give you a better tradable opportunities and higher risk to reward rates. So how it has to be traded, it is mentioned over here. How it has to be traded, it is mentioned over here. If you're trading with only liquidity hunt, if you're trading with price and volume zone, this is the price and volume key zones. So how you have to trade it is self-explanatory. It is given over here. So this is something which is like I have demand and supply two indicators, and the main one is this price oscillator and volume oscillator. Because many a times I've seen many people are struggling with, like I've already developed a vice wave or adapted new things to the or added new things to the David Weiss wave. So what I have seen is like many people are facing problem with it, that one, like how to assess demand and supply and all those things. So to cater to that particular problem, I've developed this tool as a volume oscillator. So whenever the rate is green, either price is going upwards or a price is going downwards. Like for example, over here or either over here, I would only look for. I know there is a participation of volume, and I have a probability that price is going to go with higher momentum, or either I would be achieving my targets in this particular set duration. Again, this is not for longer term. If you plan to go for long term or swing trades, then it has to be developed in that manner. This is only for intraday. So I hope people might have enjoyed this video. I'm going to release this indicator by today itself. So if anybody wants to avail this indicator, please get in touch with me and you can have the option with you. So, and one last thing, for supply and demand, this dynamic and this particular two things would be released for like 1 week trial, but this is not for 1 week trial. This is something which is for uh, our older students. So if anybody wants, then they can go for it. Like rest of the people will get access of price volume dynamic and this one for 1 week trial. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you have any doubt and concern, you can get back to me.